Hi guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking about one of Google Slides' competitors. So Google's main competitor in Office software is Microsoft. And once you get out into the working world, you may learn the truth that Microsoft is still the dominant force in productivity software. Most businesses, again, especially older, more established businesses, they are still using Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, not docs, sheets, and slides. So again, when you join the school board, you don't actually know this, but you have an Office account created for you. And if you go to office.com, you can sign into your Office account with your school board email, which is the first four letters of your last name, first initial, last four numbers of your student number, and then at wrdsb.ca with your regular password. It'll log you in to this splash screen. So we want to just explore one of them in particular, but there is Word, which is your word processor, Excel, your spreadsheet, PowerPoint, the one we're going to be talking about today, and your presentation software, OneDrive, which is like your Google Drive, OneNote, which is a note-taking software similar to something like Evernote. I actually use this a lot. It's open right now. And again, I'm going to skip those two, but Microsoft Teams is like their Google Meet. So when I say, again, I'm trying to teach you, again, word processing, spreadsheets, and presentation software, I want to make sure your skills are transferable to all of these other ones. I'm sure if you opened up, again, especially Excel, and you tried to do the assignments from the previous unit, you probably could. The buttons may be in different locations, but it looks essentially the same, right down to the color scheme. But the one I think is the most similar between Google and Microsoft is their presentation software. We use Google Slides, Google's equivalent on the Microsoft side is PowerPoint. So I'm going to open that. And I'm going to create a blank new presentation. So the colors are a little different. Again, it's a dark burnt orange for PowerPoint, while Google Slides is more of a yellowy orange. But when you open it up, you're going to see a lot of the same tools, maybe in slightly different locations, but generally the same thing. Again, when you open up a new presentation, again, you get your title slide. Again, their theme package, which I think maybe looks a little, again, better, to be honest. It's called Designer. If you want to name yours, it defaults to presentation 1, and I'm just going to call mine my favorite things. And I'm going to, again, for my title slide, my favorite things. And to change some other things, if I want to change the font color, it doesn't like my Canadian spelling, by the way. I'm going to, again, just click on that A, and I'm going to make it, say, dark blue. I want to change the font color. That's under the Design tab. Oh, sorry, the background color. And I'm going to make it, defaulted to orange. I hit that arrow. I'm going to make it red. If you want to make a new slide, again, we don't have that plus button, but if you just 2-finger tap, new slide. And I'm going to say my favorite TV shows. So it defaults to putting the bullets already in. I think it was The Walking Dead. I think it said Game of Thrones and Long Way Up, I believe. Actually, it didn't default in. So I just highlighted it, and it brings up a little kind of dialog box, and I'm going to choose bullets. And I'm going to increase the font size a little bigger. 36 looks good. Again, we can change the font color as well. Again, just by highlighting it. I'm going to make it yellow. I'll make that yellow as well. And I'm going to change the background to that same red. I'm going to get an image. I'll get a long way up one. So I'm going to open up a new tab. Images. So with Google, we always have that benefit of the drag and drop. I could just click and drop, but you're going to notice I did it. Nothing happened. So if we want a picture taken from Google Images, 2-finger tap, copy image, and then paste it in. Oops. Makes me Control V it. So it's not as good in Google as Google in that regard, where we don't have that easy drag and drop. But we were still able to do it, just again, slightly different process, but generally the same. Okay. Transitions, easy to find. The button's right up top on the tab. So you can do transitions. I'm going to do fade. You can tell, again, decide on the duration, how long your fade should last, and then click apply to all. So that was pretty easy. And then for animations, go to the animation tab. And I'm going to choose appear. And I always like my bullets to appear one by one. And that's still by paragraph. We're using the same terminology as Google Slides. So now, when I hit present, and present was in the same button pretty much. And now, again, I hit over. So again, very simple presentation, but was that any more difficult than using Google Slides? Nope. Honestly, again, they're fairly interchangeable. If you're going to say maybe Google maybe works better with other Google products. Again, Google Slides works better with Google Images in terms of the speed, or we like to use the word latency. Sometimes there's a bit of a lag effect where we're waiting, and sometimes we'll see like a little kind of spinning wheel while the browser is thinking. Sometimes that's a problem with PowerPoint. But I generally did the exact same presentation, again, shorter, as I did initially with Google Slides. And there isn't a lot of other kind of bad things to say. Honestly, again, you can, their themes, honestly, I think their themes, that the ones they kind of display on the side, are better than Google themes, to be honest. Usually we think as Google is the only software that makes collaboration easy. No, Microsoft has latched onto that idea too. You can just click their share button. It's not as in your face. Speaking of latency, again, not coming up right now, but there is again an option of sharing it with someone else you're working on a project with. So this is an option for any presentation project you do for me. You want to show me that you can adapt some of the same ideas from Google Slides. Again, try and do them in PowerPoint. Again, that will impress me. Okay, if you have any questions, Google Classroom, email, or Google Meet. Have a good day, guys.